Hello. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm straightening up. Cleaning up around here. Hello. Hi. Finishing getting ready. How are you guys tonight? Hi, guys. Feeling a little dry. Cooled off here a lot. This poor RMS thing is so awesome, but the cap is so leaky. Hi. Hello. Hello, guys. Hi. Hello. How are you? Just trying to straighten up a little. I got a little behind. How are you guys? What's going on in your part of the world? You all are going to have so much to tell us about soon because we're not going to be able to get any packages here. How's your day going, Marianne? Where in the world are you? Colorado. Oh, my son's in Colorado. He's doing good. Tomorrow's kind of a big day for us because the LSATs come back. I know he's like, I don't even want to call him. It's only his first time he took it. He kind of did. I said, this one's like for practice, because you don't have to send all of your scores in. So with the MCAT, like with my nephew, they see all of it, everything, right when you get there. All right, what is going on with my Canva? That's weird. I have like a whole slideshow back here. The one, hello, how are you? I came prepared today. Like I did work. Like I was in the zone yesterday. You know how you like get into like you like get into a project and like you can't stop? That was me yesterday. I sat here all day. I like got up when I was so stiff. It was great. It reminded me of like when I used to be a teacher. I don't know why this isn't working. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Hi, Mal. How are you? You're just getting home. I did put a lot into this one, guys. I got excited. I don't know. I got a little bug. No. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear? You can hear me, you just can't see me. Great. All right, I got to figure out what's going on here because nothing changed. Don't leave. Please don't leave. This is so weird. You can hear me, but you can't see me. Oh my God. Did you do it? Did you do it? Can you see me? Yes? No? Maybe? Something's weird, but the color's like off. I'm kind of like, can you see? Yes. I fixed it. The color looks weird though. Let me see if I can try to fix it with lights. It's so weird. Like, does the color look like really blue or something? This is not what I was hoping for tonight. Is that a little better? Yes? Sort of? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing any makeup tonight. I'm talking. Hi, guys. How's everybody? Tell me what's going on with everybody. It's good. No biggie. Color looks fine. It doesn't here. It looks weird. Not really sure why. I don't know. I also feel like I'm backwards or something. It's weird. All right. Well, whatever. Hi. Oh, you guys, I'm so happy that you're here tonight. I want to talk about one thing first that I heard about today. We're not going to be getting more packages anymore in the United States. Is this like really a thing? Did anybody watch the news? Where is the remote? This is like insane, people. This is the remote. Where's the other one? I always keep them together. Hold on. Oh, now it's off again. It's fantastic. So bad. See, the weird thing is it's not moving here. You guys see that? Sort of. Well, all right. Let's chit chat for a moment. I don't know why this isn't focusing or moving, or I can't go in or out, even though I am right now on my camera. It's weird. All right, well, figure this one out in 6 weeks. LV is haunting the internet. You know what? I think that might be it. My lipstick is coral pink. My eyes are green. Okay, my lipstick is definitely not coral. It's Garcon with a liner from Lawless called Get Some Reading Glasses, Michelle. Honey Rose. It's my little thing tonight. But if I start getting chapped lips, I'm very into this Suku lip wrap right now. It's awesome. Oh, you know what? It's not on the right camera. Hold on. This is why it looks weird, because it's on my camera on my computer and not my camera on my camera. Okay. Hold on. This is not right, you guys. No. This is not going to be good because it's on my... What did I do? Okay, hold on. I think I got it. I think I got it. Am I, can you see me? Was that, yes? Sort of? Better? Okay. Hi. Let's pretend that that just didn't happen because I was like really organized and excited to be organized tonight. Okay. Hi. I hope everybody's good. It got cooler here. Is anybody else getting like that fall chill already? It's weird. It was never like this when I was teaching in no air conditioning. It was like 9,000 degrees and the kids would just be like by lunchtime, they were just like, can we just play with these toys and like lay on the cold floor? I was like, sure. You have to like teach everything like in the morning because they were sort of not boiling to death. Okay. Hello. I'm so glad that you guys are here tonight. I kind of want to hear from you guys just a few colorful adjectives or thoughts about what you guys are thinking of the Louis Vuitton launch. And I just want to say, I did see Sophia C's beauty story today. And I know she had a very frustrating time with her LV store. I don't know where she lives, Texas or something. And somebody told me today, I was watching stories also from Tavia, Chic Profile for those of you guys that don't know her name. There are like no packages coming into the United States right now, like from pretty much everywhere. She couldn't even go to the post office to mail something. She's hoping to be able to mail something that's like less than $100 and less than half of a pound. I don't even know. It was like some really ridiculous number. So I'm kind of wondering if Louis Vuitton just didn't really stock the stores here because they're kind of, how are we going to get anything? I mean, I don't understand how anything's going to come in if they won't ship here. So I don't know what's going to happen. Guess we'll all be wearing Made in America makeup. I don't know. Louis Vuitton is definitely not made in America. Did anybody try to order anything? Or did you just pay some bills? Buy a car or something? I did post again. I had that running thing of what you could buy from another brand if you didn't buy from them. So check that out. I am going to share my screen with you guys now that I've figured things out here. And I need to know if you guys are able to see that and read it or no. Is it big enough? Is this big enough over here? Or can you not read it? There she goes. Small print. Okay. Let's try to make the print bigger. How about now? It says you don't even have to read it. This is just here for whatever. We don't need slides. I'll wait till we get to some pictures. How about that? I'll just remove it for a minute. Okay, so I did some digging today, guys, or yesterday, and I'm trying to figure out how we got from like time long ago where we were wearing things. Hope at least you guys will be able to see the pictures here. I will make them big. This is some nice looking stuff from the 70s. It says Bonnie Bell on this one. And we've got our Maybelline Bloomin' Colors over here. And check out Goldie Hawn. Was she a little hottie? We've got Twiggy and Blondie. Just a very interesting little mix here. I want to try to frame this whole thing about us because honestly, who else is this about? This is about us, okay? This is about how this whole world came down to the Louis Vuitton launch of $250 lipsticks. I'm sorry, eyeshadow palettes. And $160 lip balms and lipsticks. And I don't think that we can figure out how we got there until we figure out how we actually really got there. So if you look over here, the 70s was department stores, and we would go and we would try to find all the stuff that we had like in our 17 magazines that we would read from cover to cover, and Cosmo, if you could get one, maybe a Vogue, maybe your mom had like Bazaar, but 17 was like perfect, you know, it was just that perfect, a little bit of makeup, a little bit of clothes, a little something about boys. And our lived experience is what the history is for us. And so I remember the Estee Lauder and the Revlon and the Max Factor, going to the department store to see like all the fancy things, and the ladies would be like all done up, and they would come out in their little lab coats and, you know, get your mom like one of those, you know, little lipsticks. And it was just all very kind of whatever we have, we have. And the only people that influenced us at that point were things that we saw in movies. I took you back with the 17s. I used to lay on my bed with my sister, literally like doing our nails, and we were looking at the 17 magazine, and it was like Phoebe Cates. Do you guys remember Phoebe Cates before she was in Fast Times? And she was like in every 17 magazine. We just thought she was so pretty. She was just so, I don't know. She just was so beautiful. Before our time, and, you know, we can just really, really basically say that Lisa Eldridge does the best job on history of makeup. So if there's anything that you want to know about any period of time in makeup, I feel like she's covered it, and she's done like a really good job of it. So we had the lipstick economy from World War II, where women thought that they would have to, you know, only buy a little something to kind of get through. And it was like they would buy one lipstick if it was a bad economy. And they felt like it changed their whole look. The scarcity was not about anything, but the products would go like from season to season, and they'd bring in some new things. And it was just sort of the rhythm of how retail was back then. Then we start getting into the actual 70s. And I know somebody talked about these lip what the heck are they called? I think it was like Smuckers or something. They had the little slide. Let's blow this up a little. Remember these? Lip liquors. Sorry, lip liquors. I remember there was like a strawberry one. They smelled so good. And we had our Bonnie Bells. You could wear them on your neck. You got the big one, you got the small one. It was so fun. And we would watch TV on Saturday nights. You know, we would watch Charlie's Angels during the week, or we would watch The Love Boat. And the people wore lots of blush draping and lots of like disco shimmer and frosted lips. And it was all legacy brands back then. And we had a slower trend because it was basically based on what time of year it was in America and what was going on in movies and what was on TV and what we read in our magazines. You remember the slides? Does anybody have any memories of like their mom in the 70s or their grandma? Any movies that you saw? Like I remember like during the time of just we got to like stay by ourselves, you know, like in the house, my sister and I, we'd go up and turn on the TV, and my parents had a little black and white TV in their room and we would lay there and we would watch it. And you would see, you know, all of these very, very glamorous people like Cher and Farrah. And we used to always play Charlie's Angels at my house. And like somebody would be Farrah and somebody would be Sabrina and somebody would be Kelly, you know, and we would all, you know, that was the fun. That was so great. My mom would, you know, get mad at us when we would take her makeup out, but we did it. Your mom was a Mary Kay lady for years in the 80s. Love that. There was a woman that drove somewhere around where we lived that got one of the pink Cadillacs with the Mary Kay on it. She must have sold a lot of makeup. Oh my God, Molly, you must have had such fun stuff to play with when you were little. Did anybody play dress ups and put makeup on? And did you guys like look forward to Halloween? And I just remember like there was never a time that I wasn't so excited about makeup. I just thought it was so neat. I don't know why. French Canadian, so your influences were different. Like what, Joss? Like what things influenced you? I checked the ingredient list for the eye quads. They're very similar to Dior's formula. I would be able to order here in Canada. One quad sold out. It's the Cool Neutral. Are you really going to order, Joss? I'm dying to see somebody else's, not mine. It's just, I can't do it. I can't. So we were very department store driven back then, and makeup was at a pretty slow pace. And it was kind of like, ooh, surprise. Like, what do they have at the counter? I can remember going to Sears and they had like a candy area, and it's like where they had like all the Bonnie Bells, and we would go in there in the mall. Foundations was like a mask back then. People wore very heavy makeup. It wasn't like skin-like or no makeup. It was makeup. And we had Cosmo. Do you guys remember Helen Gurley Brown? She was the one that was the editor of the magazine. And I remember watching like Soul Train and American Bandstand. Do you guys remember this? And listening to like Casey Kasem Top 40. Anybody do that? It was like music and movies and TV shows that influenced everything that we were doing. And makeup was big and bold. And as we moved into the 80s, oops. our hair got like really big, like Madonna. And we had, do you guys remember Kissing Potion? The roller ball. And here we've got Grace Slick and Boy George and Madonna. It didn't really get much bigger and better. It was bold. It was blue. It was red lips. It was heavy blush. It was supermodels and MTV. And I remember MTV being the thing that changed everything. Princess Caroline of Monaco. No, I am not ordering because I don't like Dior eyeshadows. Okay. I thought you meant the Louis Vuitton one. And I was like, wow, okay. You watch Solid Gold. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember like all the dancers? Like, I think that Paul Abdul came from one of those shows originally. I can't remember what. So I don't think that we need to say much more about the 80s than we were very glamorous. I remember going and getting my nails, like they would do like a spray design that and put like little jewels and things. I had earrings that were gigantic and oh my gosh. Do you guys remember Limited Express? And they had this sweater and you could turn it around. On one side of it, it was like a round neck. And on the other side, it was like a V. You could decide which way you wanted to wear it. That was a very, very big thing. I did mean Louis Vuitton eyeshadows. It's hard for me to read these. Not the same formula with cornstarch as talc substitute. I agree. I don't think the Dior powders have gotten consistent enough yet to buy, at least for me, without touching. I have to touch. Does anybody want to talk about what their hair looked like back then? There was a picture of my mom and my sister and I kid you not, it's in our kitchen. My parents have like one of those collages. And my hair, I remember it being a really good hair day. It was my mom's, I think it was my mom's birthday or my grandma's birthday. And my hair was like up here. And it was like this perfect sprayed thing. And it was like, hi. It was really a good look. I loved Solid Gold, Molly. Yes, it's just like, so good. So good. So the 80s for me was like a big time because I went to college in the late 80s. Probably some of you guys were like still younger. Maybe some of you guys were already in college. We all sort of kind of grew up during that time. And in the 80s, we were still very department store driven. We were buying things that we saw on TV, and that was our influence, was the music and the movies and the TV shows. I mean, who did you guys like think was the coolest? And like, what did you pretend to be? Like, what were your memories of like this very dramatic time? How about Dynasty? My mom would get so mad if someone would call on a Wednesday night between 8 and 9 o'clock because they bet, who is not watching Dynasty right now? Who is going to call our house right now? She would get mad. We lived by that in my house. We loved it. So glamorous, big earrings, and we had Casey Kasem's Top 40. Then we had the Breakfast Club, and we actually got to see the jock, and we got to see, you know, the criminal, I guess was what you call him, and like the little snotty girl, and, you know, all the people that we went to high school with, like in one room. And John Hughes went to my high school. So whenever they say Shermer High School, Shermerville, Illinois, it was the name of it before they changed the name of my city to what it is now. And our main street is Shermer. And all of the people who are extras in his movies were from my high school. And when you see like the kids on the bus, like the Ferris Bueller and all that kind of stuff, they were, all the extras were always from where we lived. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Clueless. I mean, I just remember Clueless was like the ultimate in dressed up kids versus, you know, people that we knew. It was a little bit of like a different time, but it was big and it was bold and it was glossy and it was magazine spreads and it was big. Everything was bigger. We got to the 90s and we got grungy. We had Big Mac eyeshadows. I love this picture of Drew Barrymore with the eyebrows, because how many people here did this to their eyebrows? I need to know, because I'm one of them. Got Christina Aguilera. This is J-Lo. Look at her. Let's get her big. The hair alone is just... Ooh. Naomi almost fell off. These were such interesting times. We used to go and hang out on Oak Street, downtown Chicago, because I lived in the city. And we would go to Barney's because they had NARS makeup. And we would sit there and they would put makeup on us. And I would have him do a 60s eye on me with a big nude lip with the... Everybody else wore Spice Liner, but Spice Liner did not look good on me. I had to go with my M159, which is the same thing. Now, Mob Beauty recreated the Spice Liner. So if y'all are interested in getting back into what Spice originally was, you can. This is their slightly deeper version. And it's not quite as nude. But this is where we were at. High school in the 90s. It was such a great time. What were your favorite shows back then? What memories do you guys have of makeup? And did anybody work at MAC? Did anybody hang out at the MAC counter? It was quite a time. We had got grunge, we had matte skin and dark liner and concealer lips that were actually concealer with like the lips. Beverly Hills 90210 for sure. Oh, yes. In the late 80s, I wore no makeup and I was into high impact aerobics and weightlifting, no TV. Wow. Wow. How old were you then, Jess? Were you a teenager or were you like in your 20s? I just remember like NARS had the multiple stick, which by the way, I finally bought one. I haven't pulled it out yet because I don't know. This one's called Trance. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh, that's very lavender. I like it. This feels different. This feels like it goes to powder. Oh, wow. This is not the same. You're 67? So you've got a couple years on me. You watched Dallas? Dynasty, Knots Landing was my favorite show. My husband bought me the DVDs one year. I was pretty excited about it. Falcon Crest, Fantasy Island. Those were all the bit. Yeah. I mean, that was it. Like, I can't believe that our kids cannot understand that we had like a few channels. I remember my sister and I would come home from school. We got a VCR and we had one video and it was Grease. We watched it every day. Every day. Still know every line to that movie. That really is weird. Has anybody tried this? This was not like just cream to powder. It was like not cream to powder. It's a very weird, like not very slippy. Like you don't even get a minute before it dries. I don't think I'm keeping this. It doesn't really settle in lines. Maybe I should keep it. I'm going to have to give this a try, but not being able to move the multiple stick is kind of like the whole reason why you had a multiple stick is because you could use it anywhere on your face. And it was like, no one understood that makeup could be for your eyes and also your cheeks and also other parts of you. We were mall people in the 80s and 90s. We used to hang out at the mall in the food court. And they don't even watch TV anymore. It's all YouTube or TikTok. I know. It's like TV's like done. Except they're saying now that more people are watching YouTube on their TVs now than their phones, which I thought was super weird. Because when I'm on my phone, although I guess sometimes, but my husband, it's like he finally got a smartphone this year, you guys, because I had a meltdown. He had a clam phone because he did not want to be part of the generation of phones. So he bought himself a used old iPhone, and my son and I have made it so that he can use our stuff, but he can't like change anything. It's like he's been child-proofed in the circle. It's great. You heard people not really liking the NARS stick. I have to tell you, I'm really disappointed. It like didn't move. You know how like when you put on like a cream to powder, you get some playtime? That was like 0 on the playtime scale. What are you going to do? Draw it on? A multiple stick is supposed to be able to be blended into different places, you know? I don't know. Not great. Not loving it. After the 80s went into the 90s, I got grungy too. We all did. We like that smudgy eyes and brown lipstick for the first time. And we ruined our eyebrows. And we had Viva Glam for the first time. It was like the first time that beauty and gay culture came together for a cause. And I forget the amount of money that they have made on Viva Glam over the years, but if somebody would Google that right now, I'm sure that it is humongous. They've had so many iterations of it. Grunge was everything, wasn't it? I mean, you guys see the music that I post. Like Eddie Vedder's like every other person. And you guys know I love just all of like the stuff that has gone away. I try to bring all of our music back into the videos and just to surprise people if they're listening with the sound on, because I guess a lot of people don't, which is fine because I can't stand when you're scrolling and somebody starts doing like the tapping, like with their nails, like with ASMR, but you didn't ask for it. It's like a pet peeve. We get dropped off at the mall and had to have quarters for payphones to get a ride home or call collect and hang up. And then my mom knew we were ready to leave. I remember calling people and calling collect and hanging up and them calling back. I remember doing something even worse too. Grunge. We were so cool, weren't we? It was like a time. And now I look at the malls today and I'm so sad. Like the mall that I grew up going to had absolutely everything. And now it's empty, literally. Like they don't know what to do with it right now. Definitely grunge in the 90s. Nirvana changed everything. I mean, the music was so Gen X. Do you guys remember watching the movie Singles with Winona Ryder in it? And I remember a scene in the movie where her father gives her a gas credit card and it's all the money that he'll give her. So she goes to the gas station and she's pumping gas for like all the people and they're giving her money. It was so counterculture, like Chris Cornell. I still like, I'm so sad. What a waste. We lost so many people to drugs during that time. We went from the just say no in the 80s to kind of a free-for-all in the 90s. Same here with posting the music. It's just been a while for me. It feels like it was a long time ago. Mine was Alice in Chains and still love the classic. Heroin Chic, yes. We had Kate Moss, Christina Aguilera. I mean, it was a very interesting time that we went from a very big overdone thing to a very like there were, I don't know, emo, like there was that and there was the grunge and just the mall culture, and we had the Spice Girls, which I wanted to bring up because I think it's like an amazing thing that Victoria Beckham went from Spice Girl to like getting married to the hottest guy ever and then having kids and starting her own collaboration with Estee Lauder, which was actually really beautiful. And like, you didn't want to think that she could do it. Like, what is she doing? And then she started designing clothes and we were like, what is she doing? And all of a sudden, it's like she bloomed and blossomed, and everybody just looks at her now like, yeah, she might have been a Spice Girl, but now she's a freaking businesswoman, you know? AIDS happened in the mid-'80s, and that had a big influence on nightlife. Yep. I also think that during that time, a lot more people came out of the closet, and it was starting to be, at least with us, okay to be gay. It was like, for me, after high school, if you were still in high school, you probably had to wait a little bit longer, but it was a very scary time in a lot of ways, that kind of, like you said, the heroin chic to AIDS. And that's why I think it's an amazing thing that our country went from really, really conservative and hardcore to very much of a pendulum swing. And I think that we're sort of in one right now. And I think we're in a time of change, and, you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But it's like, I just don't think things are going to stay the way that they are forever right now. Y2K, guys. When we hit 2000, we all thought that everything was going to what? Crash, burn. I don't even know. It was, do you guys remember like the countdown and the computers? And what did you do that was crazy for Y2K? Do you guys remember? It was an interesting time. When we got to 2000, we had things like limited edition from MAC, and they would put out a whole collection and it would sell out. And when it sold out, right? Waited for the computer to see if it was going to crash. I know, we all did. How many of you guys had the makeup palette, the Naked palette? This one. Make it bigger. The Naked palette, the original. I didn't do anything crazy. I just had a sleepover party. It's so cute. I like having those now. We were out at the bars. My parents were preppers, and womp womp, nothing happened. What did they think was going to happen? That everything was just going to like crash? I don't even remember. My mom was like, go get water. I was like, why would I go get water? It was interesting. But nothing happened, except things started to really change again. And you can see here by all of this different stuff, we had kind of everybody going in their own direction here. We had the MAC limited editions. We had the Anastasia Brow Wiz. They were known for their eyebrows. Like if you went to LA, you went and got your eyebrows done there. The Naked palette. YouTube tutorials and swatches were not yet. MAC was the dominator, and Urban Decay was kind of like the trying to come in sideways on everything. Do you guys remember? They had their neutral palettes, and the first Tom Ford quads were out. And guess who made those? It was Charlotte. Charlotte was like his little helper back then. And Natasha Denona had her big palettes come out in the 2000s, late 2000s. And we started to get those seasonal collections. Like, it was starting to change. And instead of every season, things started to increase in speed. I had the Naked palette and thought it was the best thing ever created. I liked the Naked palette. I think it was the third one that had like the more of like the rose tones. In my life, like, I never thought that I would have anything that beautiful ever again. And these were so fun. Do you guys remember these giant like makeup things? I don't even know if this was 2000s. It said that it was, but it didn't seem like it to me. We started to get a little bit more shiny. And at the end of 2000, we started to get some YouTube in the world. And I think after 9/11, things really started to change. It was a time that America really came together. Like, it didn't matter who you were or what you did or whatever. It was just, you were American and whatever that meant. I remember looking forward to Chanel's seasonal collections. That was the only brand I used. It's like we started to have taste back then. Nothing happened for Y2K because people worked for years to fix it. I was working on it for 2 years for banking. So I was on call New Year's Eve. Thankfully, it all worked. Wow. That's amazing. I know. Like, nobody thought that the computers were going to make it through, but there was a lot of people that definitely did a lot of stuff and kept us from crashing and burning. I mean, I don't even know what to call it. It was a time. So the big giant Natasha palettes came out. This was before she was at Sephora. We had this one. The blue, the green, sorry, this is the blue purple. And God, these are so old that they're actually like, they still look pretty. This is the green brown. These were mighty expensive. I saved for a long time for those. It was starting to get to be more of a Sephora kind of place. And I will get to that in just a second. By the time we got to 2010, we got into the influencer era. And we had Miss Nikki. And here's the Tom Ford palettes and lots of fun cut creases and every kind of makeup. Men were wearing it. We got Charlotte with her pillow talk coming out. Here's your Chanel over here, Jocelyn. And then we had these people make us completely insane. The Kardashians. They had such an impact on that time. And the influencers, that whole first wave. And I will say, like, Lisa Eldridge, if you go back and you watch the Lisa Eldridge videos of long ago, they're evergreen. She is like she'll bring in some new products and different things, but she was always doing looks that were beautiful. I can't believe she made palettes that big. Those are so special. They are. They're really nice. I miss those ND palettes. I know. I'm excited for her foundation, though. I saw the Lipstick Lesbians had it on them with her, and it looks really good. I went today to Ulta to swatch some of the concealers because I wanted to see if one of the colors, like, because I have one that color cancels and the other one that's like the brightening one. So I don't know. It wasn't really going to work. Mel Thompson was a favorite of everybody's, wasn't she? She was amazing. Wow. I'll take a pause on that one. She was the blender of all blenders, wasn't she? And she taught us so much about makeup and eyeshadow, and it was amazing. Never watched a single Kardashian episode. You still have their influence all around you, though. The contour and the highlight. Like, could we get enough? How about the Morphe collabs that we had? And the one that we all really liked was the one between Desi and Katie. It was the rise of dupes. We started to get them. We're going to take a look at that. The Morphe big palettes. And we had Pat. She came onto the scene. And Temptalia was looking at all of our makeup and making swatches for us so that we could compare every single color and look at the pigmentation. And that took us into the 2020s. And here we are. And I'm looking at a page right now with Chanel lipsticks that were a couple $100 and expensive Westman Atelier and Prada and perfumes and Guerlain and Clé de Peau and Hermes and Pat McGrath, Prada. You can see all of it. These were all of the most expensive eyeshadows by Rado and Natasha, Pat. And things were not seasonal anymore. We're going to take a look at that. Things were spoon-fed to us, SKU by SKU. One little thing at a time. So I tried to figure out where FOMO came from. Do you guys ever get FOMO? Because I do. I get FOMO sometimes. And I wish that I didn't. You know, I was looking at the Chanel eyeshadows that just came out, and somebody had the one with the pink. And I was like, oh, I probably should have gotten that one. And then you start to like do like the regret thing. Like, what did you regret you're buying it? When can you return it? Can you return it? Will you be able to return it? So scarcity and FOMO started in two different ways. Scarcity happened during COVID, like for a whole different reason. And it happened with the Kylie Jenner lip kits would sell out, the ABH times Mario. We had the rose gold palette. Dior and Chanel were dropping like crazy lately. And how about the ColourPop Flood? Who are Desi and Katie? They were influencers, and they did a palette together. My first FOMO was for Tom Ford New Dip Quad. I'll tell you what my biggest FOMO is, and I know Molly will know this. That Metal Lust palette that came out, and it was at Beautylish for like 5 minutes, and they never restocked it. It was just gone. I'm still upset about that palette. I want that palette. I think Molly does too. Also rare dry. I'm wearing Garcon because I got the this is the highlighter in Garcon. It is just as beautiful as the blush. I'm going to show you. That is the Garcon highlighter. And this is the gloss. It's such like a pretty mauve-y moment. There's so much peach makeup right now. How could this not be here? Well, because I'm not organized, because I had a meltdown before because everything fell. Well, at any rate, they're all the same color. And oh, here it is, sitting right here. This is the Garcon blush. And now we have this trio. I looked for liners. There's so many liners that match this. I'm not a huge fan of her lipsticks. I don't enjoy the dryness and the way that they smell, but I love her lip glosses. And I love the blushes, and you can see that all of it really blends just beautifully together. I love monochromatic looks. I feel like it lets me wear something that's not brown. If I just sort of pull off like one color. The Metal Lust Quad never made it to Canada. Never made it. It barely made it for 5 minutes at Beautylish. I thought that they were like this big deal back then. That was just rude to never put the Metal Lust back out. Can you guys imagine if they did now, how many units they would sell? I would definitely buy one. Very nice, a bit deep for me. Yeah, it's such a pretty color. How do you use the highlighter? Like a blush topper. So I kind of like Patrick Todd it a little bit because the blush, you know, her blushes are cream, but they set down. So I kind of did here, like close to my eye. I like to keep my blush up very high lately because my face is looking very low lately. And I take a little bit of the highlighter and just kind of like do it here, but then also like dab just like a few like little spots, and it'll just like pick up the light. You can put it on your lip. It's really a pretty color. And if you really wanted to, there's a lot of blushes that are in this mauve family. In fact, I pulled out hers. She had, these duos are impossible to open. I just want to say that right now. I don't know who she thought was opening these. I used a tiny bit of this just to kind of see what it would be like. And it was actually really pretty. I can see it's still on my brush. This is the kind of stuff that you need to like do it for like 5 minutes and then just dot it. And it'll just kind of give it that like extra wear time. But lately, I did set my face today with the Dior Fair. Anybody pick this up? I like it. I like it. It holds things together. You get a little bit of coverage from it, which is kind of nice, like during the day if you have to touch up. But this baby is the one that I can't get enough of. Can't. I think this is like the kind of highlight that I'll wear. Like I'll put it anywhere. All it does is like give you like light. It's just so beautiful. It's so, the 00 is like luminescent, and the way that it catches the light without any sparkle at all. I know that you guys have heard mixed things about this, and I get it. But if you're looking for subtle and pared back, it's amazing. Sorry. Is Garcon comparable to Rhodes Sleepy Girl? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I should probably swatch all of the blushes for you guys. Is she launching like in a when is she launching? Does anybody have like a date? Okay, here is me doing swatches, the worst ever. Okay, this is Sleepy Girl. I could do without the plastic. And here is Garcon. Very close, Mel. Honestly, this is a little bit like cooler, but not in like a necessary way, because this is very neutral. I mean, truly neutral leaning cool. This is a little bit cooler. This is already powder, and this you still have a lot more playtime with. I feel like the Rhode, you can move it longer. The Westman feels a little bit heavier. Like this is more gel-like, if I had to say, and this is more cream-like. I bought that Dior powder, and it's truly amazing. Is it not? Does anyone else feel this way, or like I'm just like crazy with Molly? Because I think it's like what I've been waiting for a long time. Every single solitary highlighter that came out in white, whether it was Dior or Chanel or anyone, it had sparkles in it. Why is that? I don't understand. Is it a new Dior highlighter? It actually is. They're calling it 00 luminescent. They came out with new setting powders in 5 or 6 shades. I have shade Fair. It's a nice pressed powder. Like you're not getting color correction as much as you're getting, like if you're starting like, you know, some redness showing through or whatever, and you go to powder with this, it's going to take care of a little of it. And it's just enough. And it feels great. It's nice, and I like it. But the luminescent one is absolutely, it's wild. Like you just, I want it all over me. I want to brush and I just want to put it like everywhere. September 4th. Okay. Guess we'll be swatching the Road next. Way cheaper to go Road. I would say way. And in all honesty, like the weight of this in your bag versus this is substantial. And these, when you have them like all sitting, they're magnetized and they like don't want to be near each other and they just kind of like do things. I mean, these are hideous and they weigh nothing, but I guess that's kind of good if you want to like throw it in your pocket. These do last. It's like I didn't want her makeup to be great from Rhode, but it is a truly good formula. I'll swatch them off for you guys. Not in Canada yet. It will be. It hasn't been here that long. Use the powder all over. It's crazy. It blurs and it's just not there. The white one. I know. I don't understand it, but it makes you look like glowy, like pretty and glowy. 00. Hello, Holly. Hi, Holly. Okay, should we just swatch all the Road? Why not? Let's take off the bracelet. Just get down to it. I don't have every color, but I'm close. Like I don't have the ones that everybody wants to come back. Like they were limited edition. Okay, this one is called Toasted Teddy. That's going to be your like sort of bronzerish blush. And you guys, they really do blend and they're really nice. They really are. I'm not ready to be swatching here. Hang on. Okay, Sleepy Girl, I think is my favorite, but she's got some good ones here. Okay, let's put Sleepy Girl back on. It's more mauve than this one. So excited that Rhode's coming. I am too. I do want to just say I don't have any of her lip thingies. It's not that the formula is not good. I don't like scented, flavored lip stuff. It's not my thing. This is really pretty when you blend it out. This is called Juice Box. But like, it gives you this a really bright, happy color. Not crazy as it looks like when you look at it. Then we have Freckle. You warm tone gals are going to like this one a whole lot. It's got that like peachy, nudie kind of situation that makes me look sick, and it looks gorgeous on warm tones. See how that's just so easy to just blend? It's very, very agreeable. This one is a big seller. Piggy. This is like your neutral pink. Leaning a little bit cool. It's I like it. It's sort of the, it's just like an easy color because it kind of goes with everything. This one is called, it's called I Need Reading Glasses Really Badly. Spicy margarita, I think. Spicy marg. This is the coral version of just happiness. And it blends out so pretty. Like they're all just like, the formula is great. It's great. Okay, then she got called out big time by Gloria because she didn't have any blushes that worked on dark skin. So these two that she helped her create, they're almost identical. And they do stain a little bit. I'm just telling you on these. This one, I need to really be able to see this. Put it somewhere where I'm not going to be totally stained. Okay, that one is plum. Okay. When I show you the next one, you're going to be like, okay, I think that one was plum. And I've done this before. I've gone back and forth. Date cake. I mean, to me, this is like a little bit brighter than that. I mean, I kind of get it. This one's definitely more cool and this is definitely more warm, but like on skin, I don't know. I get confused on which one's which one. Sure. Happy to swatch for everybody. Look at this. And they're so blendable and delightful. And that's why she made $1 billion, I think. Her lip stuff has, she calls it her peptide lip because, it's like the new hyaluronic acid and niacinamide word. But if you like flavored glosses, it's very nice. And they're all like different scents. I don't like take this off for a minute. My lips got really, really chapped, and I don't know if this is cutting that for me today. Okay, so Rhode, highly recommend it. And the price point's awesome. And I bet she's not going to keep things in stock. Do you guys want me to go grab the skincare and go through it right now? Because I will. You are welcome. I tried out the skincare on purpose before it came to Sephora. I have thoughts. Should I do a whole video on it? Or would you guys like me to grab it? I look forward to trying Rhode. Yes, please. All right. We're going to take a short intermission while I go and gather my Rhode skincare so I can tell you my thoughts. Would everybody type in here like some makeup product that you are using right now that isn't brand new and you love? Because we're doing this every single time we meet now. I am going to pull out something that is going to be out of left field because we need to have some of those things back in our lives again. I pulled out something like for real the other day. I was looking specifically for it. I pulled it to show you. I think it's on the other side. Let me grab the skincare. I'll be right back. Okay. I have opinions. The first thing I want to say is I wasn't expecting miracles. I've seen the skincare, and let me just move this stuff. I don't think that a woman in her 50s is necessarily her target audience. So I do want to preface it by saying that there are things that I think are great, and there are things that I think I don't understand. And now I have to pull up her website so that I know what everything's called. Let me pull up a new screen. Remind me that I do want to show you my FOMO thing when we get off this tangent, but I love a tangent. Okay. Road Skin. Okay. Okay. Okay, so she's 50. Just kidding. Okay, so they're flying around the air with their peptide lips. Like I said, it's a lip balm that's kind of glossy, and it has a definite scent and taste. Like they're all different. If you're into that, it's probably a great one for you. Like if you love like a flavored lip, it's a nice one. Okay, we're gonna go shopping on here. So something that just to note on here, when you buy stuff together as like a set, it's less money than buying them like one thing at a time. And that goes for the skincare also. Let's start with the mist. I love this mist. This is called the Glazing Mist. I want you guys to see. Here, you need to see this. It is the most delicate, like, just, it's not going to ruin your makeup. It's not going to hit you in the eye. It's the most perfect mist. Like the mist that you want every mist to be comes out like this. And it's rejuvenating, and it feels really, really nice. And I love a good spray. And I do feel like this one just kind of wakes things back up again. And I appreciate the fact that it doesn't go everywhere or like hit me in the eye. Because to me, that's a feature in a mist. So this says it's an instant glaze anytime you need it, with a super fine mist that hydrates and refreshes for next level glowy finish. Take it everywhere. I don't know where she's going to bring this, but okay. You can take it everywhere and throw it in your purse. It's going to be very large, but I do think it's a great mist, and I do think this is a yes. Something was in here. Okay, so the first ingredient here is, it says ectoin, and I know that that is in one of the prequel things that I'm using, and it is a hydrator. And then it's got ceramides, it's got beta glucan, which most mists out there have the hyaluronic acid. She went with beta glucan, which I really like better. It's from mushrooms, and it is a much more, I think, hydrating feeling to me than a lot of these hyaluronic acid sprays. There's an antioxidant in it, and panthenol, which is another hydrator. I think this is an easy win. Let's see how much this is alone. $30 for 80 mLs, 2.7 ounces. It's a nice size, and it's lasting. I mean, I'm getting there, but I like it. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about that I love, I think it's the best thing that she offers, is called the Barrier Butter, not to be confused with the Barrier Restore glaze. Now, if you are slightly oily and you like a very lightweight gel kind of a moisturizer, I don't even know if it's this one or this one that you're going to like better. This one is called the Dewy Hydrating Layer. This is the one I don't think I understand, but they look about the same. This one is a little bit lighter weight, more melty. And the first one has a little more heft to it. It doesn't really water break as much. It's more like a hydrator. This is going to be almost like a layer before your moisturizer. Hi, hon. My husband's there. And this one, this is the winner to me. I started using this like in the winter, like when it was dry and icky. This is like, she's not kidding. This is thick, and this is a game changer for somebody who's dry. So if you're super, super dry, you want to go for this big one called, let's see it here. This is the Barrier Butter Intensive Moisture Balm. An intensive moisture balm for deep hydration overnight. Oh, well, you can wear it overnight. I wear it during the day too. Our buttery smooth formula is supercharged addition to your nighttime routine. It helps strengthen the skin barrier and seal in moisture for up to 24 hours, restoring skin's natural softness and bounce. I would say for most people, this would be like a good seal it up and go to bed. Put this on top of everything, and then you'll be good to go. If you're super dry, you're going to appreciate this during the day. These are the two that are supposed to go together. Now, of all of the hydrators that she has, I think this is my favorite. This is called the Glazing Milk. And you can hear it's very liquidy. Go on this side this time. It comes out, you know, like very runny, but after you wash your face, spray yourself with this spray, because you always want to have something that's going to help draw in whatever products you have going. If you have a mist, you want it to go in between each layer to get the hydration into your skin. This feels amazing. Like my hand was really dry just now, and it is nowhere even near dry anymore. And if I had done this first with the beta glucan, I'm not a lefty, together, just fantastic. Let's see what she says is the difference between these two, because I guess this would be your moisturizer for during the day if you are combo to normal to oily. And this peptide glazing fluid would kind of be, I don't know, like why you have to use both of these. Like, I think either like you like a milk or you like a lotion. This has more to it, but it's almost thinner than the milk. Let's see what it says. I did not get the pineapple refresh because that sounded like it was going to burn my skin, and I just wasn't up for that. Okay, the Dewy Gel Serum. Okay. There's no way that anybody over 40 is going to call this a serum. No way. It's like a moisturizer. Peptides, niacinamide, marula oil, glycerin. It's a hydrator. It is, I think, fine, benign, not going to hurt you, not going to help you. The Barrier Restore Cream, the smaller one, is probably for people who are just looking for like just a regular moisturizer. It kind of reminds me of the Drunk Elephant peptide one that you push and it comes up. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, Felice, hello. What powder were y'all talking about? We were talking about the new Dior powders. There is a pressed powder that comes in different shades. This is fair. And this is like a setting powder for your face. And the one that we're all, at least Molly, if we're going to say we're all, the one that I'm really into is the one that I'm not going to touch with my hand that's got lotion all over it because I don't want to do any hard pan. But here, you can't see anything, but when you put it on, it's like young. It's like putting youth all over you. So this one is what she's calling a serum. This is probably what kids that are buying Drunk Elephant should be buying, because it's just kind of like, it's not like the kind of skincare that we're using, like where we're on purpose putting things on. The powder was Dior's new powder in 00 luminescent white. Yes, it's only one color. This one. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Jocelyn. I want that glazing fluid. Is that this one? The milk you want or the fluid? You want the fluid? The glazing fluid. That's this one. So I don't think you need both of these because I feel like they kind of break the same. I do think that this is more, I want to see what she says because I really tried not to look and tried to like figure out what all these were doing for me. Okay, so the milk is her prep step for skincare routine. Potent, nutrient-rich complex with milky texture that leaves skin hydrated and glowing while boosting the skin barrier over time. So I would say you're going to spray your face and go in with her milk. Then the barrier butter is the one that I think is like a heavy duty moisturizer. It's the kind of thing where if you like overdo it with the acids, you're going to want to put this on. If you want to keep everything on your face overnight and do like a little slugging, this is probably fine. It's actually a really heavy duty moisturizer. Like, I'm impressed kind of moisturizer. Okay, we talked about this is the glaze. Step to dewy glazed skin. Peptide glazing fluid is a lightweight, quick absorbing gel serum that hydrates and brightens skin. It provides an instantly dewy and luminous finish while visibly plumping skin over time. If you are dry, I don't think going into like fall, this is going to be for you. If you're not, I think you will like it. It does have a nice lightweight feel to it. I just don't know that this is really a serum. Like when I think about serums, I think about them doing more than just hydrating. And then the Barrier Restore Cream, I think it's just her regular daily moisturizer. Rich, lightweight cream moisturizer for everyday routine. Hugs your skin with comfort and hydration while improving dullness and supporting healthy looking skin over time. It's our go-to step for the ultimate barrier nourishment. Okay, I'm going to say you probably live in one of these houses. I think the mist is kind of like for everybody. And I would say between the milk and this one, I was more impressed with the milk, but I like an essence phase. And this is just, I don't know what this is doing that everything else isn't already doing. I think it's a very good product to use sandwiched in between heavy, powerful things that you're really buying. And this is a nice addition to keep like money and costs down for the hydration layer and the moisturizer layer and, you know, that the mist. I think it's a nice priced, very easygoing, not going to change your life kind of skincare that fills in the gaps nicely. Does that make sense? Barrier butter would be great overnight, about 30 minutes after applying retinoids. Yes, I do actually use this with my Tretinoin because I just went back to using it again. And I'm a big believer in this heavy duty baby. If you get really dry or you like to slug or you want to really seal things in that like you've spent a lot of money on serums and you want them going into your face and not just into the air, I think this is a good call. You really do. Retin-A. I've only tried the glazing milk and love it. So you're in for a treat then, because there's just like a whole bunch of stuff, and now everybody's going to get to touch it, which is so nice. Have you ever worn the thick barrier cream under makeup? Yes. But you know, like I do my skincare and like then I run around and then I put my sunscreen on and I run around, and I'm also the driest person that I know. I don't think most people with normal to combo to oily skin are going to want to be anywhere in the vicinity of this. I really think this is exclusively for people with very dry skin, or somebody who wants to really treat their skin after they do a peel or after they do, you know, Retin-A, something like that. So I think her stuff is nice. I'm trying to figure out how this is $1 billion, but she hit in that I'm cool with the millennials and I'm cool with the Gen Zers, and it worked out for her. I think she has a very, very good team, and obviously listen to them. And I think she did a really good job of putting together some things, and I'd like to see some heavier hitters. But I don't think her demographic needs it. You need thick during the winter here in the tundra, I'm telling you. This kind of reminds me of you know the green Wella one. What's it called? Molly, you know what it's called? The green Wella cream. This is like a more cosmetically elegant version of, what am I thinking of? The green bottle that they now sell at Target. The brand that pretends like they're nature, but they're really not. Yes, Skin Food. Thank you, Molly. See, she speaks fluent Michelle. It's like a better, it's not as, the Skin Food is extremely thick and doesn't really get like a lot of give to it, and it kind of sits on top. I feel like this coats and soothes and smooths and eventually settles on the skin, whereas I think the Skin Food kind of sits. Molly is in Wisconsin, but she grew up in Duluth, which is probably the most brutal winter of any of us, I would say. Well, maybe not the Canada people, but definitely of the American people. Okay, does anybody else want to talk road? Anything? I think it's a really nice way to like get some steps into your skincare without it being like super expensive, and having a nice amount of hydration from it. But I think you're going to get a heavy hitting serum with benefits from something else. But I didn't expect it to be, you know, like I didn't expect it to be for me. But I will say, like, this will be a repurchase for me. The milk, definitely the mist, and the really thick cream. Those will be my repurchases. These two, I would say, are more for your normal to combo people. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. The thing that got me going on this crazy journey that I went on. I think was like, how did we get here? How in the world are we talking about makeup that is this expensive? Like, I remember like before it came out, I was on, I think the Macy's website. Aren't they carrying Hermes now at Macy's, which I thought was kind of bizarre. I gotta pull this back up. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Give me 1 sec. I cannot believe this. Okay. I didn't understand how things happened with the FOMO and the buying makeup that is, you know, I'm not even talking like a little bit expensive, or when Tom Ford sounds reasonably priced, I think it's time for a temperature check. I needed to pause for a second. I live in Mississippi and it is so hot. Holly, you're going to love those lighter ones. I get it now, Molly. Our winters can be brutal, but it's usually a gradual lowering of the temperatures. Winds are not usually very strong. The cold just sticks around. Molly would like to live in the highest level of humidity possible. You're jealous. You want hot and humid most of the year. I'll trade with you. Molly, before menopause, I could not get enough heat. Now I look forward to winter. Wait till you get past where you are right now and you're sitting here in a shirt like this and you want like a coat, because I'm going to be in like heavy sweatpants when we're done. Justin, we need the barrier butter. I have to say this is like a winter must. Like I feel like this is for the money. How much is this? I bought like a set, so it was like less money. So I don't know. This is $36. This is $32. The milk. The glazing mist is $30. Oops. The glazing fluid is $32. If you want an acid wash in the morning, hers is $30. And then this barrier cream is $32. So I feel like, you know, you put those into like a little set, and I feel like that's about as affordable of a skincare plan that I can think of that's not prequel. I don't know what else there really would be options for, maybe like the Inky List or Ordinary or whatever, but I think this is a step up. Definitely. We don't get gradual. This week it was 85 one day and the next morning it was 46. Molly, you're going to start taking pictures of the thermometer thing on your car and sending them to me. I'm already freezing. It was 49 this morning. I know, Felice, it was so cold here. Indeed, I'm getting the butter for sure during the next VIB. Yeah, I think it's a good one. I really do. Okay. Anybody have any more questions, thoughts, concerns, colors that they want to see? I know her blush, I didn't have all the colors. Where are her colors? Here are her colors. So we did see Jukebox. It was that like fuchsia color. Put this back up so I'm not looking like I'm talking to myself. Juice Box was that bright one, and Sprinkle I don't have. This was a limited edition shade that she brought back. Oh wait, this was Piggy. Sorry. Piggy's the baby pink. Then Sprinkle is the warm pearly pink that I don't have. I don't have any ones that have pearly in them at all. Then we have Juice Box, which was that like hot pink fuchsia. And then Spicy Marg was the bright coral color. It's actually a very pretty coral. Freckle, if you are a warm tone gal, I'm telling you, you're going to love the neutral peach. It's gorgeous on warm skin. Beautiful. Tan line, I do not have. It pulls more orangey in person. It says pinky tan. If that's one that she was using all summer, I might be wrong, but this one I have not tried. When I saw her in it, it looked terracotta to me. Sleepy Girl is the soft mauve color. Toasted Teddy is that deep terracotta. And then the plum and the date cake are the ones that she did with Gloria. I have not tried the pink one. This is Sun Soak. This is the one she's been wearing all summer. This is the one that spiced orange, it's called. Like, did kind of look orange. And then back to baby pink. So I think we did all those. And then I actually did buy some of these lip peptide things, you guys. Don't buy them. It's literally, let's see if I still have any of them here. I put them. It's basically a lip liner that you can wipe off with like going like this. Like, there's nothing to it. And I wanted to love them because who wouldn't want to love like having lips like Hailey Bieber? But it doesn't make any sense to me because it doesn't stay on. It just doesn't stay on your lips. So, and I'm not even a person that wants my lipstick to stay on all day. I'm just talking like having a conversation with somebody and it's just gone. Like, it just goes away. Road prices are reasonable, though Dr. Day would say we only need CeraVe. I don't know who that is. You've come a long way from Vintner's daughter. I know. That's when I had bad cystic acne, and it was worth it. I think I want tan line. I think I want tan line. I thought that was an orange one. I think that's one of the limited edition ones that she brought back, because I know that she was talking about that on some video of hers. The only one I have is tan line, and I love it. I use it daily as a bronzer sunburnt look. Can you send me a picture of what it looks like on your like arm, and I'll put it up? Dying to see it. Is it like a pinky taupe? Is it like one of our mauve colors that we like? Oh, it's a new summer release. Well, clearly I missed that one. Don't buy the lip thingies. try them first. They don't stay on your lips. And I bought like a ton of them, and I think I gave them to my friend's daughter or something. So that's Rhode. I think it's a nice line. And I think that, like, if I had like a child, like a teenager or a 20, like a college kid, and I was buying skincare for them and they wanted Drunk Elephant, I think I'd rather give them Rhode, because I think you get a lot from it and it's nice, but it's not going to change anybody's life. It's not going to make wrinkles come, there's no promises with it. I like my skincare to have some promises, but I also like the hydration layers, and that I think these are good for. Really do. Okay. Ooh. Some. I just want to come full circle for a second and just, I think the thing that I didn't, it wasn't sitting well with me, the whole, it's interesting. I'm not even looking at my notes right now. I just want to say this. For a long time, didn't understand dupe culture, because if you wanted a product, would you really be happy with something that looked like it? So it depended, like nobody knows what's on your skin when you're walking around. You're not walking around with something that says Louis Vuitton. It's a personal thing. And I think if you're going to put your lipstick on at a table or whatever, it's fine. When I discovered Temptalia, which is now not doing it anymore, and she had all of those swatches, and we were going through colors and comparing and contrasting. And I used to think to myself, I'm not grabbing other palettes, like 3 of them, to make a look. Generally, if I have to grab one color from something, it's a big deal. I just didn't get it. I also didn't understand the knockoff. So the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. And then you have the MCO Flawless Filter, or whatever theirs is called. and they literally look the same, like exactly the packaging, everything. MCO just got a $4 billion investment from some fund. They're killing it with dupes. Is there a difference for you guys between a dupe that is similar? Like if I said to you, this is kind of a dupe for, you know, XYZ blush, and they're close to each other and you have one or you have the other and it's fine. That's one thing. When somebody takes their artistic everything that they put into it, like the Natasha Denona palettes, they were knocking those off. Exactly. Like this, they give it some weird name. The palette was wonky looking, but the colors were supposed to be exactly the same. I feel like that's like your intellectual property. Like you created that, and that's like making a piece of art. Is that okay to copy? I don't know. And I went back and forth on this because somebody finally said to me, it's great because I get to be part of that. You know, like I get to wear a pink blush or whatever it is that we're talking about. And that gave me pause because I was like, you know, I don't usually think about it like it gives everybody a seat at the table. I looked at it like, stop copying Natasha Denona's palettes. What do you guys think? Where's the line? Pinky, not peachy. Where's the line? Like, where do you draw it? Where do you stop and say that it's somebody else's property? I want to grab this. Hang on, guys. I have so many screens going. It's just crazy. Okay. So I started thinking about FOMO because I feel like everybody's sort of, I don't know very many people that will be buying many pieces of this collection. They may buy themselves an eyeshadow or try out a lipstick, but I think that they have finally crossed the line. And why that wasn't before, I don't know. But I want to show you guys something. Not big on dupes of luxury unless I really like the shades. A lot of it is the experience for me and packaging, but I'm in favor of duping some, not necessarily eyeshadow palettes. It's like the skincare that we just looked at. It's not going to like take any years off of your life. You know, it's not going to make you look younger. It's not going to do a lot, but it's a nice one to sandwich in between the ones that you are spending a lot of money on. Oh my God. Here we go. Finally found it. Okay. Okay. Molly, thank you for the swatch. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to read this. Let me share it with you. So I looked at how we buy and how we're advertised to. And back in the 90s, there was real scarcity. Like if the Viva Glam was sold out, it was sold out. When MAC dropped a collection, like a seasonal collection, and it sold out, it sold out. Enter Kylie and enter Anastasia Beverly Hills and enter Huda. They all created that fake sellout. The kind when you are on the Sephora website and you are clicking on something and you want it to come and it goes out of stock. And then the next day, somebody tells you that it's back on again for a few minutes and then it's off again, especially during the sales and especially during times when something is new and hot. In reality, because they have educated us so much, when things go out of stock for real and you have to go back into production, that's what happens with Lisa Eldridge. Lisa Eldridge genuinely sells out of something. When she doesn't have enough of the lipsticks, you are going to wait until there's a production again. She may be able to get some from her US warehouse or her, EU warehouse and kind of move things around, but she really sells out when she sells out. There were so many let's break the internet, and there was so much created to make us fear missing out. That time when people were waking up at the ungodly hours because at 12:01, Pacific Standard Time, that palette was going to drop, and if you didn't get it, it was going to sell out, and it was just going to be like the end of the universe. And I was an adult during that time, and I remember feeling like that. And I'm not a teenager who, should be feeling that way. But they created this false sense of where you had to go get something. This weird part of the beauty community that nobody really likes to talk about, but it's there. There were things that sold out when we were younger. Vamp nail polish. You guys remember when Vamp came out from Chanel and everybody had to get it? I'm a huge sufferer of FOMO, but I actually have zero interest in the LV. It's maybe the first time I just don't care at all. I am with you. I don't care. First of all, I didn't think Pat's stuff was that great. It's just not my aesthetic. I don't know what to do with her palettes. Like, I don't know where to put them, and I don't know when to take them out, and I don't know when I'm doing a look like that. So I have them, but hey, hi, Maria. There was actual scarcity from MAC. And then the Tom Ford thing with Metal Lust, I feel like that might have been a production problem, you know, where they didn't make enough. And department stores, when there were seasonal drops and stuff, when they sold out, they would just go into the next season. You know, they would have their summer stuff for summer and spring, and then they'd have their winter, fall, and that's how it was. The ABH Mario palette, which I still have, I think. Oh, yeah. The Master Mario palette. Let's talk about it. This was like every grunge delight that I wanted in an eyeshadow all at once. Why can't he do this again? This was absolutely like amazing pigment. Just ridiculously amazing. And it still is. Check it out. And they never brought it back. Look at that. How old is this thing? By the way, it has a 6-month shelf life. If you are interested, you probably shouldn't be using it. I don't know. Somebody Google. And then I feel like the one that really changed everything was Modern Renaissance. I mean, could there have been a palette that you loved any more than this? Was there anything in the whole world that wasn't this magnificent, this insanely good? I've never hit pan on anything before. These colors, I'm gonna wipe off my hand. I want to try them. They were unbelievable. First of all, I just want everyone to see this. Look at that. That's nuts. Mario, bring it back. I'm sure you're watching our video. Okay, I'm going to swatch a few of these. This had like those unbelievable, like creamy, wait, not so creamy anymore. Here, we gave it a little help with a little moisturizer, but I mean, this was different. This was like, this brought something new. And they put out a lot of really good palettes, you know. I don't know what happened, but they were excellent. But the scarcity thing that they were pretending to have to create the buying frenzy that a lot of us went through and bought so much makeup that we have graveyards of makeup and have a hard time throwing it away and can't wait till the next launch kind of thing. And then, do you guys remember the color pop phase where like I don't know, was it like once a week they would put out a palette? There was like, here's the pink palette, and this is the blue palette, and this is the green palette, and this is the yellow, and this is the orange, and this is the brown. We're going back to beige, and we're gonna, do you guys remember this? Like it was like a circus of palettes that were just coming out like all the time. It was weird. It was enough. I think people were like getting, okay, ColourPop, let's put out another one. And then things kind of mellowed out again. And then all of a sudden, Chanel hired 3 women to be their comette. And these 3 women put out an extraordinary amount of makeup in the last 2 years, like drops that, I mean, I don't know. I'm in my 50s. I'm 57. I don't remember Chanel ever putting out the amount of makeup they were putting out. And now Dior, hello, you just can't stop giving us blushes and more eyeshadow palettes. And it's insane the amount of makeup that they were giving us. Well, maybe we're not going to get any of it shipped to us anymore, but they were trying to give it to us. We had all those influencers doing all those Morphe palettes. I was older than that, but I watched it, watched the drama and stuff. And now like the TikTok shop, and it's so easy to buy. It's like every second of every minute of every day, you're being sold something and you carry it around with you. And it gives you a little something to think about. We've had supply chain issues before, you know, COVID happened, and we're all still like, small businesses are still dealing with all that stuff. And now we have like the tariffs. I love my makeup drawers, but I'm a maximalist. I love my makeup drawers, please. It's insane in this room, but I just think that it's interesting how things went from really selling out, really limited edition, and then there was the limited edition, oh, but we're going to bring it back. Oh, but no, we're not. But maybe we'll do like another couple, and then it would go back and forth. And then they would tell you it was going to be gone forever, and they would bring it out and make it permanent. And that really aggravated people. The way that we're being sold now, what I think, and let's pretend like the tariffs don't exist for a minute because I can't even go there. What they're doing now is they are aware that we are a global market and that stuff is going to get out. And so now they are selectively putting their makeup in certain countries, but not in others, to create that country's frenzy of wanting the thing that they're not getting. And it can't be accidental because all of these releases are done so far ahead of when they're coming out. We're seeing pictures now that they're sneaking into factories that are out for like a year before we ever see the item. So don't think it's necessarily a supply thing. I think it's a way that they're selling us. And I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think that FOMO was produced as a way of selling things? Because I do. I think that they created you're never going to find it. And it's still, think about what they do. They drop it at Nordstrom. Everybody goes and tries to buy it and it's gone. And then they drop it at Saks. Everybody tries to get it. And then you don't see it for like a month. And then all of a sudden it's everywhere. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? FOMO was definitely produced and it worked. It's still working. We could be sitting here talking about Morphe palettes. We could be sitting here talking about Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, Kim Kardashian. We could be talking about the Kylie lip kits. And now the latest thing is pricing people out so that there's a whole new level of wanting. I think about it this way. I'm wearing a cute top. My friend owns a store. I get a lot of clothes from her because she's my best friend and I pay what she pays. And it's really nice. You know, I totally appreciate it. Believe me. But I'm not wearing couture. And I've never worn couture. This may look like something that somebody saw in somebody's show at some point and they made, you know, a knockoff of it, but I'm not wearing couture. I feel like we've reached a level now where that little bit of luxury that we were allowed to get, that if I couldn't buy a Chanel bag, I could still buy a Chanel lipstick. If I couldn't get the Hermes Birkin, I could still get the eyeshadow palette. Maybe I wasn't getting, you know, a Dior gown, but here's their lip gloss that I'm putting on, their lip oil. They always have managed to give us a little bit of luxury, even if it was a stretch. And I'm not saying that things weren't expensive before, because they were. And I remember I had just gone on Macy's. I started to say, and it was $81 for this lipstick that I wanted. And I stopped and I went, do I want to spend $81 on a lipstick that I probably already have 7 of them that are that color? And I didn't buy it. And now I'm rethinking my life right now. And it's not even that I didn't realize it before. It's that now they have literally taken something where I'm like, there is not a damn chance that I want a $250 eyeshadow palette. I just don't. That's not where I want to spend $250 right now. But it's magnificent. It's art. I've seen, you know, the people wearing the makeup. It looks quite beautiful. They did a luxury packaging like none of us have ever seen before. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. And it's like luggage with makeup in it. I remember staying online so I could buy my daughter Kylie's first lip kit drop. I actually was driving, had to pull over so I could buy it at a certain time. The things that we do. I mean, yeah. It's hard not to fall for the thrill of the chase. Absolutely. I'd rather have a nice perfume for $250, but I'm tempted by LV. It's tempting because now what they did was they sprinkled a little bit of it into the internet. So now we're seeing some of those bigger influencers open up the giant thing with, you know, it's something. And I think it's pretty. Sorry. Got ice cube. It's beautiful. The packaging is 11 out of 10. I mean, I've never seen anything prettier. Yes, Holly, they love to have drop dates and time. So we all pull over and buy immediately so it doesn't sell out. I'm so much better at not doing that anymore. The only one that gets me every time is Phytosurgeons, and the package came today, Molly. He puts it up there, and I know that 2 people are making makeup, so it's different. When they do a drop, it seriously is like there's 50 of them, and that's what we're selling, or whatever it is that they make in a lot. Who even knows? But I mean, now they've done this new thing where it's not just something that's attainable or something that's it's a line for a lot of people. Me too, Molly. I'm 47 and age is making me wiser. It's so, they do it on TikTok to the kids all the time. Those TikTok shops with the instant sellouts, and the next day it restocked. I saw it. And then, oh, it's sold out again. Oh, darn. Like, I don't like this feeling. I don't like being played with. I am 47 now, so that's funny. I get supply chain, I get small capacity, I get all of that. We now have the hyper price scarcity, the inaccessible luxury that is not for everyone. And I'm okay with that, except for one thing. If I'm Louis Vuitton and I'm making a makeup line that's not going to be accessible for mere mortals, why am I advertising it to them? Why bother? If they're selling, if they're giving things to people, like I saw, I don't even know who, Melanie sent me one. I don't remember who it is. Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo got a palette, and Joe Schmo's people are just regular people with jobs, and I don't understand. Do they have to show it to us so that the really, really, really uber wealthy people will know that this is actually for them? Or is it that they want you to buy something from them? I don't know. And I want to know what you guys think. Can you imagine being a teen now? In the 90s, we were CoverGirl. I remember being happy. Molly and I talk about this a lot. Holly, meet Molly. I think you guys are like 2 peas in a pod. It's just, it's a hard thing to talk about, isn't it? It's hard to decide what's worth it. I mean, if you know that something is dropping at a certain time, they still have lines for iPhones. They still have, there's so many things where we're like begging them to take our money. I don't understand why Louis Vuitton, if they were going to have makeup priced what it is, why are they showing it to us? And that's where I kind of don't have the best feeling. There are so many things that are, I heard Loud Luxury is back, by the way. we're not going to be having quiet luxury anymore. It's all about loud luxury. Well, that was loud luxury. There are plenty of things that are super, super, super expensive that none of us know anything about. You know, I don't know how much a Dior gown is because it's just not something that I'm going to be buying. The reason why I'm not buying any LV is because I can buy a lot more makeup from Chanel, Dior, etc. for a Louis Vuitton eyeshadow and lipstick. Yeah, I have a whole thing on my stories right now that I had ChatGPT do of what you can buy from every brand for the same price as a lipstick or the same price as an eyeshadow. It's wild. And I'm the one who said quality over quantity for sure. Not going to deny the packaging on the LV is to die for. It is. It's beautiful. But I won't die without it. And it's just overkill for me. The influencers getting it are young. Would probably never get it in the real world. And that is why I said we are not kids. Can you, like Holly just said, can you imagine what it's like that this is being advertised to them? And then, honest to goodness, it sounds like you're getting a deal when you pay $81 for a lipstick from Hermes or $100 for an eyeshadow palette from Tom Ford. Where that used to be aspirational has become commonplace. I don't know. But Maria, I think you're right. If you can get more and share more and buy more and have more options, that's kind of like what everybody wants. And at this point in our lives, we know what looks good on us, right? I mean, like, you know what your colors are generally. Nothing, unless something is new and different new, it's eyeshadow and lipstick. It's not something that's going to cure this or, I don't know. It didn't feel good to see that any of their advertising power went where it did. And I feel like there's a lot of young people that are going to look at this and think it's normal. I have so much makeup, so I don't feel the need to buy LV. I think I just want the packaging anyway, which is probably plastic. I wish compacts were metal like back in the day. I don't mind paying for packaging. Like my friend Rebecca, who does Not Fit for Beauty, says, you're paying for the packaging. You might as well enjoy it. Well, I love a good magnet. I mean, it's not why I bought this, but I love a good magnet. God, I love this color. You guys, Garcon forever. That's all I have to say. And this is not cheap. This is expensive, high-end, stuff. And it feels like it too. Where does it end? Then it would be worth it, maybe. Oh, I love the Weston packaging. It's hefty. It is. All of it. It's fantastic. I think that Prada's got the weirdest packaging. Like, I understand that it's the triangle thing. It's a little hard to get brush in there once in a while, but I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just kind of just wanted to find out what everybody else was thinking. And we went from duping and deciding if that was inclusion or accessible for people. And I actually think it's a good thing now because you have options. And you have good options, like quality options. But I also think that drugstore makeup is more expensive than it used to be. I was looking at the number 7 and some of the L'Oreal, like Lumi, whatever, and it was not cheap. Like you can almost get something at Sephora for $20 or $25 or whatever. It just doesn't seem as much of a savings all the way, all the time with all those brands. And then it does come down to packaging, because at this point, there's not that many new makeup items. Drugstore is crazy expensive, right? And if you can have this, why would you want something from the drugstore when you could have Hailey Bieber's? You know what I mean? It's interesting. I get it. There are beautiful things that we buy because what they are, and we save for those things. When you advertise to a group of people that cannot buy your product, generally like 95% of the people, why? There's a whole new FOMO that they just, boom, just tossed it out there. And then when you come full circle on all of this, those Louis Vuitton formulas are now part of LVMH and can be changed and used in all of their brands that they have now. And Pat made them, and I'm sure they're going to suck her company into theirs also, because I'm sure it's part of the deal, or pump whatever money into it she needs. Everything in the makeup world is so interconnected, and all of these businesses that buy, like Tom Ford for $1 billion, and then they turn around and they put really exciting packaging on nude dip, and so you want to buy the new black nude dip even though you already have nude dip. Oh, by the way, those lipsticks that look so amazing. Tavia was on her video today saying that they pulled them from Selfridges because they were so soft when people were swatching them. They were bending and breaking, and now they don't think that it's going to be released. To make us feel bad. I know. I think that the internet is weird, at least for people our age. I mean, we grew up with no phones. We grew up with, you didn't know what was going to be at the store when you went there. You went to go see, what's on the display? What does the lady have? Just that kind of life. And now the minutia of every little thing. And it's dropping SKU by SKU instead of collection or season. Very interesting what they've done to us on this little hamster wheel that we're living on. Hyper luxury is the new FOMO. It's obnoxious, and they send it to all the big influencers who aren't paying for it, but will try to convince us we need it. More power to whoever wants to buy it, and that's great for them. No judgment. You know where my judgment is? It's with LVMH. I am all for if there's something that you can afford and you want it, you should buy it. Like, I am all for that. I have a problem when they started doing all the payment things that kids could, like, it was like you could get in debt for online shopping. When that whole thing started, I knew that we were kind of doomed. I just wanted everybody to think a little bit about what this now means with the LVMH, which, by the way, almost the entire collection, if not the entire collection that was released in Asia, was bought by a few VIPs, and on the aftermarket in Asia right now, like, if you think $250 and $160 are a lot, they've created that crazy vacuum of, I bought them all. Now, if you really, really want it, you're going to have to get it from me. And the prices are way higher than what we're seeing on, like, the regular websites. So there's that. So we have real scarcity that happens when there's seasons, and we have the psychology of, you better buy it because it's going to sell out. It's limited edition. You got to have it right now. We've got the influencers. I'm sitting here really influencing you guys. PR seething is sold out in 5 minutes. Headlines created demand. COVID got everybody to not have a lot of things. Like, we did not have a lot of paper towels at my house when we had a puppy, and Lysol was pretty hard to come by. It's kind of tough. Now we have the tariffs, and there's going to be launches, and we have the leaks coming from Asia and the different drops in the different countries. And I just don't think any of it's going away. My whole thing is, do you remember the first thing that you missed out on that you didn't get? How did you feel when something that you bought limited edition came back and it's, everybody liked it so much, we're going to give it to everybody, and yet you had to, like, really work for it? And do you trust the sellout claims anymore? I mean, these are just questions that I'm dying to ask you guys your thoughts on. Is it over the top to this LVMH thing, where, first of all, they wouldn't even tell us where they were selling it, which I thought was so funny. It's because they were already all sold. I knew we were doomed when I started seeing more 11-year-olds in Sephora than adults. TikTok one. They do birthday parties there now at Sephora with the kids. I think that the hardest thing in the whole world right now would be raising a daughter. And I can't imagine. So they produced FOMO. They trained all of us. And now we have a whole new level that we have to be careful about. Mega collabs that are limited edition. I mean, the amount of things that I have, like, written down here is astounding. And then there's all, like, the limited edition within the limited edition. And it was funny. This is a funny story. When Pat McGrath first came out with her brand, she had been dropping these experimental pigments and things that were being sold. And I found out about it, and I have, I don't know, like 5 or 6 of her crazy pigments that became her special shades. And I looked on the internet, and they're worth like a ton of money now. I didn't know, but I don't think that you can convince me that we're buying this stuff as an investment. Although we could probably pass it on to our families. Does anybody have any thoughts? I feel like I've said so much, but there's a lot to say. And I think there's a lot of, I don't know. It sucks that on Instagram, my Instagram account, I put every new thing, even before it comes out. Like I find out about it and I throw it up there and I, make videos and whatever. On YouTube, you're really getting me. Like you're really getting a person that isn't just showing you everything. But in order to make money, things have to get sold. I love makeup. I know I do too. It makes me happy. The FOMO thing has been around for a long time, more so with Christmas toys for that particular year. Oh, like the Cabbage Patch Kids. But they've definitely gamed the system for makeup now. We've all been trained, for sure. I look at it this way. Buy whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and should have. Don't feel bad about putting on something that isn't from a brand, when I could probably sit here right now and show you, because I tend to buy this color quite a bit. I could probably show you like 12 different shades of Garcon from 12 different brands in 12 different packagings, and we'd all prefer one of the fancy ones. There's no question, because it just feels like that little bit of luxury. I don't want to say anything more. Like, I want you guys to, we've all been thinking it. The funny thing is, I don't know anyone else in my everyday life who knows there's an LV makeup line or cares about makeup at all. So you're either in the club or you're blissfully ignorant. There's like this with fashion too, and bags, and yep. My dad had a woman try to grab a Cabbage Patch out of his hands at Christmas. Good thing he's 6'3". Same here, Molly. Yeah. It's more than a hobby. Oh my God, same here, Molly. My makeup is a secret. It's like a sport. We're all really good at it. We know a lot about it. It's bizarre. I mean, it's fun. I like just sit here right now and tell you guys that I put on this YSL gorgeous eyeshadow today, like with these like pinky tones, and they feel so soft and buttery, and they were so easy, and they're so beautiful. Like, that gets me happy in the morning about wherever I have to go, Good makeup is so satisfying. It's so nice. It's so delightful. But I feel like we've hit a new wall. And I thought that wall was Hermes. For a lot of people, it was way before Hermes. Tom Ford was a wall for people. There's a wall at every single stage, whether it's drugstore to prestige to designer to, I don't know what we're going to call this, the hyper pricing, I think is what they called it. Just something to think about. The next time that we get together, we're just going to play with makeup. And before we go, I want to give you my one thing that I pulled out. I'm going to do two just because it's fun. Okay. They made these forever. This is a Sisley lip in #1. You guys, I have forgotten how much I love this color. It's like Victoria Beckham bikini, but like lighter and just juicy and hydrated, and put a nude liner with that. These are so good. If you have one sitting around, give it a try. And this is a lip oil from NARS. And I know they have like a lot of these. This color kind of looked like you ate a popsicle. Like any of these colors that like you have in your drawer that are that summery kind of see-through-y juicy color, pull them out. These are all good. And the YSL one is from last year, and I love it. It's the only pink one that I bought. This one is $400. It's so pretty. Anybody else have one that they love, something they love that they took out recently? This was like, oh my God, I forgot all about this. I was at Nordstrom and this lady was like, you should really get one of those if you like nude lips. I'm like, I have that. Look at it. It's great. Always wanted this Sisley shade. So pretty. And it goes on sale a lot. And it's so much less money than the Louis Vuitton. That's going to be the new thing. We're going to be able to say, well, I could have gotten this, but yeah. All right, you guys, 3 hours. That was a lot. I think we had some fun. I am going to go live again this week, but I'm also going to record a video tomorrow. I am going to do a video sharing a bunch of things that were made by the makeup artist at Suku that got me excited about makeup again and made me come back to the internet because I love it. So glad I found your channel tonight. I'm glad too. It was nice. Sorry about my technical difficulties. I am starting to get a little bit better. But I had like a whole slide presentation today. Like that was a lot for me on 2 screens. Even though my camera unplugged. I don't know what happened. Everybody, enjoy what you have. I hope that everybody gets a little more summer before we give it to Maria. Before she takes it from us. I just wish everybody well, and I hope that you all have a really lovely week. I will probably go live again probably Thursday, maybe Friday. It all depends on I work at my friend's boutique sometimes. And when she gets clothing in, I'm doing some of her social media for her. So it'll be one night this week. And then I wanted to ask you guys about Sundays. I know like with football season, like it's either a yay or a nay, but I just wanted to get an idea of if there was interest. Hi, thank you. Welcome, Felice. If there was any interest in a Sunday afternoon kind of thing. Well, let me know. What a fun conversation. Thank you for all your hard work I'm preparing for it, Michelle. You're so sweet, Mom. I guess I love this stuff. You know, I love feeling better. Like I looked like absolute living garbage yesterday because I just like was doing stuff like with the computer. My hair was gross. And there's just something to be said for how you feel when you've got your game face on, right? Yes to Sunday. Okay. I'm going to try one. Rabbi Roz keeps asking for like something that's not past her bedtime. And it's hard when you're dealing with all the different time zones and everything. Well, I hope everybody has a nice day tomorrow. And thank you so much all for coming tonight and hanging out, talking makeup. I don't usually get real negative like this, but I just needed to point out a few things. And we'll go back to looking at pretty stuff again. You're going to see your Chanel sheep now. Ooh, are you going to make a video? Are you going to make a video? With your new ones? We want to see them, Maria. If you guys haven't watched Maria's video yet with 12 Chanel foundation demonstrations with bare skin, prepped skin, skin with the foundation on it, real views of really everything. Oh, I can't forget this, you guys. This is going to be my first check-in of using the mask. Hang on. Okay, I'm convinced that this is going to help me with seasonal affective disorder. And I don't know if you guys saw my little video that I made. I am digging this, and let me tell you why. I am the kind of person who like goes, like I just constantly am like doing stuff. I put this on and it's like almost like my little rule that I have to have my 10 minutes of just mellow, quiet time. You can like watch things and do things with this on. This, I'm convinced, is starting to just make this not look as bad. And I have pictures that I'm going to insert. I'll show you guys on my video on Thursday. We'll take some time with this current body. I know that this is pricey, but like when there is a Christmassy sale or something, I think this is worth investing in. I think I've decided that this and the Zip, who by the way are owned by the same people now, are the two things in my life that are going to keep me sane because I cannot have plastic surgery. Most of us cannot. So we'll do something else this week. And I wish everybody a lovely evening. And thanks so much for coming tonight. Yes to Sunday night, y'all. Going to see my Chanel sheep now, LOL. Yes, you will. Oh, good. I need that. I have so many sunspots. I know. Me too. But you know what? They were fun getting them. Mwah. Love to everybody. Good night.